Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Carlisle United Career Mode save. This is episode number 27 and I know I haven't been posting for a very long time, for more than a week actually. Apologies for that. My cousin had a engagement last weekend, so I was quite busy with those kind of stuff and so on, and during the week I was just trying to apply for jobs and actually might have a job sometime soon, so hopefully that goes through for us, I mean for myself. But coming back into the episode, and we have a few decent players coming out from this month's update. One player from Korea, Song-soo Rim, the central defensive midfielder, looks pretty decent. And we have another player from the Australian batch, Ethan Collins, a right winger. For some reason we keep getting a lot of wingers and wide midfielders, right wingers, right midfielders, left midfielders. I'm not really complaining, but it would be nice to get players of other qualities like centre backs. We are desperately in need of better centre backs, and we have a good centre back coming from the England pickups. One of them is Brendan Price, looks a decent centre back. And we picked up another right midfielder, Billy Murphy, 15 years of age. We can't really play him at the moment just yet, but we have 4 players from this month's scouting update, and I'm very happy that our scouts are picking up some good young players for our youth setup, and we have a lot of choices really. But 2 of our scouts are at the end of their road at the respective nations that we picked out, so we are going to be sending them out. One of them, Oscar Hughes, we're going to send him to Australia, and the 4-star 5-star scout Jordan Bennett, we are going to send him to Saudi Arabia to see if we can pick up any other decent or even better good players from Saudi Arabia. It's a nation that I haven't really looked into in a very very long time, probably 5-6 years, but yeah, so hopefully we can get more players of good quality and different nationals just to fill in the squad. I mean, of course we try to maintain the English core as well as the Asian quota, I guess, because of the manager, but otherwise we are still looking for good players of any nation that would help us in the long run. But still, coming back into the first game of today's episode, it's against Fleetwood Town, and very early on in the first half we had 2 free kicks against us, and we were very lucky to have not conceded in the 6th minute. And as usual, I brought over the goalkeeper to save the ball in a different direction, but the ball hits off the crossbar, and there wouldn't have been any chance for Oliver Murphy to have saved the ball, but we escaped. But much later on, Tyler Mason scores a brilliant volley, and it was Toby Turner from the left wing and Tyler Mason from the right wing combining, the youth players combining to get us our first goal of the match. And it was a wonderfully taken volley. I didn't know he had that in his locker, and he was like, "Boss, let me show you how it's done," and he did it again. Yes, Tyler Mason at the double with 2 volleys. I think the second goal was the better volley. It was definitely better than the first one. If you look at that technique, that is very very hard to execute. Not everyone could do that, and for a player who's just come out of the youth setup to have that kind of technique, despite him not having any sort of potential tag, this player could be here in the long run. But Mike Jones eventually makes it 3-0 in about the 37th minute, and it was a match that was sort of settled, you can say, in the first half, as Fleetwood Town tried to reduce the deficit, and they eventually did so in the 44th minute, all thanks to yours truly's defensive lapse once again. Just let him open right there. Madden had so much of space to operate, yeah, I don't know how the defense opened up so much there. I was trying to control the players to bring them back in to block his path, but it was not done so in time. So Madden scored the goal 3-1 at the end of the first half. But that's pretty much how the game would end. There was a couple of chances for Fleetwood in the second half, but Oliver Murphy comes clutch and saves us both time to keep the scoreline 3-1 at the end of the game. A very much needed win for us, and a very good performance from the boys. And it was the B team as well. It was the second string squad as well, as right now we are sort of currently rotating between the first team and the second team, and it was a very good performance from the second team, and a man of the match performance from Tyler Mason. I honestly did not know that he had that in his locker. But still, coming back from that game, we have Adam Collin coming to us saying that he feels that he is not being given enough starts as mentioned in his contract, but we are trying to transition from the current squad to a much youthful squad. So Colin, you have to adjust a little bit, be a good teacher, a good leader to the younger boys, and show them the right way and how to play better in big games. And yeah, I'll definitely start you more along the way, but you get the deal. And soon after that, we had a flattering job offer from South Africa, and we had to turn them down because, again, as mentioned in previous episodes, we are doing a project with Carlisle. We are trying to take them to the top. So maybe another year, another CM, another save, I don't know, or maybe in the future even in this save, I don't know, but not now. Sorry guys, the focus is solely in the north of England. But after that, we had another game against Burton, and it was at home, the first team. And for some reason, in recent episodes, the first team have been performing a lot poorer than the second team. Yeah, the second team is definitely stepping up, and it's raising a lot of questions within the squad. I would believe so as well, because they are performing every time they are given the chances to do so. Whereas the first team, well, they are better in terms of attributes and stats, but for some reason they just can't find their feet at the moment, and they just can't find the finishing touch as well. As you would have seen in the first half, Ethan Davis had a wonderful volley just tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper, and in the second half, yeah, there's just too many shots missed, and this was just too soft for the goalkeeper from Clark, and it was saved, and the match ended 0-0. And man of the match for Bradley Collins, Burton's goalkeeper. A very, very good performance against us. Easily could have conceded a lot of goals, but he was there to save every one of them. And to hamper on our draw, the loss of points from the game in Burton, I have only gone and done it again. Yes, I've done it again. I somehow managed to forget to record the area final match against Hull City. It was a very tense game. It was a very cagey affair, and I'm gutted that I couldn't show you guys what we had done in that game. And it was the B team again as well. It was the B team game, and we gave a debut for Peter Morgan, who we promoted in that particular game as well. He performed somewhat alright, but the man who got the goal in the game was the man who is going to leave us at the end of the season. Jamie David scored a good goal against Hull City, and the game just ended 1-0. And yeah, I'm sorry guys, I've only gone and done it again. I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep trying to check and remind myself, but somehow I tend to forget about it as well. My bad, my mistake. So yeah, anyway, we are facing Hull City once again, this time in the league. And for this game, I started the A team, or the first team, and the reason I rested the first team was because our priority at the moment is to get into the top six at least, or even try to go for the top two positions by the end of the season to gain promotion to the championship. But once again, I know we just scored here and made the scoreline 1-1. Once again, it was very tough for our first team players to get a proper shot on target or even get a goal. This goal was scored by Tom James, our captain for this season and the right back. But for our forwards, Ethan Davis, Ryan Brewster, as well as Nathan Thomas, they just can't seem to sort their feet. They just can't seem to score at the moment. I don't know why. I really don't know why. And if it wasn't for Adam Collin, the guy who was telling us to start him more, and probably I should start him more, if it wasn't for Collin's man of the match performance, we probably would have lost the game with a bigger margin, probably 3-1 or 4-1. But yeah, that is the situation right now with our first team. For some reason, it's just not clicking at the moment. But still, moving on, I decided to play 2 more games because I missed out on the area final game against Hull City. I forgot to record it. My massive apologies once again. So I decided to extend the episode just a little bit by playing 2 more games against Oxford as well as Portsmouth. And to take on Oxford, we are playing the first team once again, hoping that we could get a decent result instead of a draw, and we do take the lead in the 6th minute. It was a fast start from Carlisle United, and look at that, you've got Skougal running all the way to the manager to celebrate with us the goal, as they definitely needed the goal to lift their spirits up a little. Skougal with the goal very early on, and despite having a strong start, once again, oh my goodness. Yeah, we concede shortly after. The lead didn't even last a full 8 minutes. We concede, and it was Liam Price. I have no idea how he did not get his foot to the ball first instead of Hall there, and Oxford equalised. And for some reason, Liam Price has been looking a lot slower, a lot more indecisive, and a lot more weaker as well in challenges, and just in general he's just been a little shaky, and I am really starting to consider replacing him with Son, the left back with potential to be special, that we picked up from South Korea. I am really tempted to replace him with Son at the moment, even for the next few games. If it would elevate our results, I would definitely take that on. But our front three, especially Ethan Davis, probably heard the managers ranting about the front three not getting goals or assists, and Ethan Davis took it personally and lashed a goal first time into the back of the net just before half time. And it was a good finish. I wouldn't say it's a wonderful finish, it's straight down the middle. First time effort, straight down the middle. But the keeper was not exactly in the right position, so we take the luck and the good finish. And if you would have seen just there earlier, Adam Collin with the save once again. I have no idea how he saved that. And soon after that, Henry almost made it 2-2, but missed the target by a fraction. And man of the match for Ethan Davis, getting a goal and an assist for himself, and also getting the win for the first 11 in a long time. Very well deserved win. It's a long time coming, and hopefully we can maintain that same position against Portsmouth this time. And as I mentioned earlier, I thought of replacing Liam Price with Son. I did bring on Son for this match, but I put Liam Price in the centre-back position, replacing Tom Parks as the centre-back, because Liam Price can play centre-back as well, and Tom Parks hasn't really had a few good games, so thought of giving him a rest and try out Liam Price in the centre-back role once again. And Portsmouth, from the get-go, really tried their best to score against us, but for some reason their finishing seems to be much worse than us. At least we were getting it on target, but Portsmouth very early on they just missed the target, and soon after that we had a chance which we hit it straight at the keeper and the keeper saved. But in the second half, this particular move really deserved a goal, as Gilmore's shot was saved at the end, but there was so many passes that just didn't give up the ball to Portsmouth. It has been a very long time since I've played such fluent football through my players, and it definitely deserved to finish with a goal. But still, at the end of the game, it was a 0-0 draw, and man of the match once again for the Portsmouth goalkeeper this time. Yeah, we really should have won that game if not for that goalkeeping performance from McGillivray. McGillivray. Sounds like McDelivery. I'm so sorry. McGillivray. Yeah. Sorry I butchered your name, but that draw puts us back into the 4th position with 56 points, 10 points off the top of the table. And if we really can start finishing our moves and our shots, we can break into the top 2 or even finish at the top. But let's not stop dreaming just yet. Let's just get into the top 2 for now. But that's where we will end today's episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I did. If you did enjoy today's episode, please do drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.